chat. All right, who's on? Got to tell me where you're from, that kind of stuff. Here's a mess. And I look like I'm tired all the time. All right, you guys actually have to chat with me in the chat feature because that's how you get selected for the giveaway. So, who's on? Where you're from? Need to say where you're from. Need to say your. I don't care if you have a made-up name. You're still going to get selected for, possibly selected for a giveaway. Sup, Bendy? Sup, Tim? I like the Bendy nickname. That's kind of cool. I've never heard anybody like say something different. Hopefully this lens is clean. Don't know. Hold on. Here we got 4 people on. How's the audio sound? Good? So I have no feedback on my end. Tennessee, hi Tim. Chatted a bunch. Refresh. Post. Just said something that didn't have a link to it. Smart. All right, who else is on? We got 4 people on. It's 8:30 at night on a Sunday. Enjoying a drink myself because it's like 1,000 degrees out. It's gonna be hot and crazy all week. So I'm trying to decide where and what to go fishing for. Holy crap, my brother's on. I don't think he's ever been on one of my live chats before. He doesn't really ice fish, so I do a lot of these during ice fishing season because you're all bored at home. Oh, thanks. We got 6 people on. All right, you got to say where you're from. Well, not where you're from. I don't care. Say where your name is. So this is the very start of the giveaway. And I'll kind of like explain throughout the night. I'm gonna kind of like make up the rules as I go, but this is all being recorded, so you have me on record saying everything, of course. So what I'm gonna do is, if your name's in the chat right now, or you comment on Monday's video, which is coming out tomorrow at 8 o'clock, or on Thursday's video, which is also coming out at 8 o'clock, you have the opportunity to win a few different things. And I'll kind of like, some of them are fly fishing related. So if you don't fly fish, you're not going to like that prize. But some of them are from Post Fly. Some of them are going to be from me. I'm going to have baits that I'm giving away. Hey, John, baits that I'm giving away. I'm going to have a beanie that I'm going to give away. I'm going to have a Post Fly guide box that I'm going to give away, which is that subscription box that I'm working with for the last couple months here. I hope you guys are enjoying that content. Never miss Sunday. And I'm drinking a, you guys can see that. Oh, don't knock the microphone. Kentucky Mule right now, which is really good. I'm fighting with my long hair. Share this around to other people you know if you can. Try and get as many people on as possible. But whoever is on, I know all of you watch my content, or I'm hoping you guys do. But thank you all for watching my content and for helping me reach to 10,000 subscribers. That is a humongous number that opens up a bunch of doors. That's just like 10,000. Like there's one stage gate at 1,000 for YouTube, and then the next stage gate for like gaining more access to cool things on YouTube is 10,000. So I'm gaining a few things there. And I'm going to raise my camera up so you're not staring up my nose. Oh no, we're dying. We're dying here. Hold on. Making you guys seasick here. Should be a little bit better. Yeah, we got 10 people on. Say your name in the chat. That enters you in a chance to win something this week. So I'm giving away a bunch of stuff, as much stuff as I possibly can to get back to you guys. I don't do a lot of giveaways because, one, I'm too busy, and sometimes I do giveaways and people don't respond to the messages because they're hard to find personally. And currently, I know I'm friends with everybody in the chat right now on Facebook. So these are people I know. My brother does not apply. You can just ask for stuff. Like I said, I'm giving baits away, a beanie away. I know it's like 90 degrees out, but it'll become in handy this winter time. I might give away a performance shirt if you want one. I don't know. That's a custom size and color thing that I gotta do. So, and I'm giving away a Postwise subscription box. I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm working with them on doing a giveaway. And hopefully some more people hop on here. And let me know how I want everybody to respond how your fishing season has gone since ice out. How about that? The market since ice out, because mine's been really, well, it's really crappy, really shitty. I can swear on this because it's live, but not the best from like ice out to, I don't know, June, I think. It was really crappy. Leave the hair. It's driving me nuts, man. It's literally driving me nuts. I gotta like wear a hat or something. There we go. And apparently my hair curls. Getting who has time to fish? Oh wait, just me. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing this week because it's supposed to be like 90 freaking 5 degrees this week. Let me check the weather. It's going to be insane, and I don't like fishing in that hot. The only thing like fishing in that hot weather is carp, which I might go for this week if the wind cooperates. We shall see. Yeah, we got 5 people on. Let's get some more people on. Who else we got? Big largies, Dave. That's good. It is the larger time of year. I am probably going to switch. Well, I'm doing a Pittsburgh trip, not this week, but next week. So you're going to see some more trout content Monday and some more trout content in the month of June, July, August, since July is just like absolutely flown by, even though it's not over. But it's still going along, which is good. Got some other stuff to take care of before the end of the month, which is always fun. And it's dark out at 8:30, which is good to know. I didn't really think it was going to be dark out. Yeah, I am rocking the trout scene as much as possible. So Postfly has been sending me trout boxes every month, and I meant to ask for a warm water box for next month, and I completely forgot, and they've already shipped it. So I'm getting another trout box, which I might go for like bluegill or something like that, but that's okay. I am going to try to go for carp at some point. But you guys are loving the trout content even in the middle of summer, so I'm going to continue doing that. and YouTube seems to like that content. So, and who else is on? We got to get some more people on here. I'm trying to do a big giveaway with a bunch of folks here. As much as possible. Yeah, the Postfly Endless Summer Tournament. That's hosted by Postfly. That is going to be pretty sick. I don't normally fish in tournaments, but I've never done an online only one. So that's going to be pretty cool because I can fish throughout the year, kind of measure, send stuff in, and hopefully beat y'all. But you got to sign up for it. And the coupon code's already done. It was done as of a couple of days ago, but it is worth, if you buy in right now, it is still worth all the gear you get. So you get a towel and some other stuff. I think it's for like 40 or 50 bucks. I'll check it right now. Postfly. And this is a company that I'm working with, sponsored with. I hope you guys enjoy the content. I'm trying not to what do you want to call it? I'm pushing their stuff, but not trying to make it super salesy. I hope you guys are okay with that. They fund some of my fishing trips, which gets you guys more content. That's just how it works. So here is the Endless Summer link. Do I get any? What's going on, Brian? Hey Larry, how's it going? Do I get any Snow Dog discounts? I don't think so yet. I might get some at some point. So they just moved their operations to Illinois or Michigan, one of those western states that kind of all meld together in the last few months because of the whole Russia debacle. So they just moved. They are working on getting things up and running in the US. I'm getting a 2023 model. It's going to be sick. But if I do get discounts, I will definitely share them with you, or even like a coupon code. But I'm not getting an entire machine for free. I can tell you that right up front. I'm selling my old machine, which is going to partially fund the new machine, and I'm paying a partial, getting a discount off a new machine and some of the accessories. So I wanted to buy one anyways, but I'm putting in money towards that and working with them for the next. Hoping I'm going to do a video for them this month of June or July, maybe. But I really have no reason to tow it somewhere where I can be on private land and rip it around and stuff like that. And I don't have it in the tow behind it besides a sled that I don't want to really destroy on the ground. So they are. So in the world of like fishing, there's like pro staff, and there's ambassadors and there's pro staff, kind of the same thing where they offer discounts, and then there's sponsored companies, which Postfly is. Postfly is giving me free stuff and paying me to produce content for them. So everything is free for them, free for me, and they're paying me. For Snow Dog, I'm part of their pro staff team, so I get a discount while sharing their content or making content for them. So it's kind of a different terminology, different contract, basically. So, John Peacock is learning a lot about striper fishing. He's a Michigan guy, but there's a lot to learn. I mean, the thing is, if you treat, for the most part, if you treat striped bass like trout, they hide behind structure, they're on structure, and if they're near, like brook trout, during the ice fishing season, they're not on structure, they're on the bait. So if you refer to like striped bass as trout, They're going to be where the food is. That's considered structure. That is a big freaking 47 and a half. I got you beat by half inch. I got a 48 like years ago, but that is a big freaking fish, man. Congratulations on that. Yeah, 47 and a half. My biggest one this year is 41 and a half. I'm sure you guys see that video. And you guys aren't liking the striper content. So I want to know from everybody that's watching my striper content right now, or I will end this freaking live. Why do you not like the striper content? Why isn't it doing well? I think it's just because I'm filming at night and I'm not really talking to the camera. I kind of know the reasons why, but I am selling my old snow dog, and it is Dane Dos Santos. It is already spoken for. No deposit taken right now, but if you want to get in line, I think there's 2 or 3 people that are in line for it right now because it's kind of an odd item to sell, I guess. Striper fishing doesn't appeal to me. Valid. Christopher, I don't know who you are, but hi, Chris. I have another Tenkara video coming out soon. Some more trout content. And I think I've said in one of my videos why I don't do a lot of Tenkara content is because New Hampshire doesn't classify Tenkara as a fly rod, so I can't use it in fly fishing only areas where the trout fishing is really good and I can consistently go somewhere and catch a bunch of trout. Which I can just go catch any fish with a Tenkara rod. I just prefer to catch trout because that's kind of what it's designed for. But thank you for liking my Tenkara content. I only have a few videos out. One from Alaska, one from when I first got it, a gold panning video, and then one that came recently. Well, if the snow dog deal falls through, which I don't know if it will or not, I'm getting my new snow dog in October. So my plan is to get my new snow dog, compare it to my old snow dog, show how much of a beast the new one is, and then I'm going to sell it. So if that falls through, I will post on social media and my Bandit fishing account. I'll try to sell it on social media, and you guys can have a bidding war for it. But it runs great. Can't tow a lot of weight, but you guys have seen me what I tow with it, so nobody carries as much fishing gear as I do. Who else we got on here? Previous one was 45. That's still a big fish. Yeah, I haven't caught where we go. My biggest is 41 and a half. I just caught that recently in the last video. My plan was to go last Thursday, and that kind of got canceled because it was supposed to rain and thunderstorm, and I don't even know if it did or not. I had people coming from Vermont to come down. Woods and Weeds Outdoors was supposed to come down, but we canceled instead. I will be fishing. So my striper videos are from Mass. I can tell you that right up. I do have a fly fishing for trout. Well, a fishing for trout video that came from Mass, but I do have a Mass license. So I might go fish like the Swift River or something like that this year if I get bored or something like that, or if I get a reason to go down there. Really, with gas prices the way they are, I'm just trying to stay as local as possible. Yeah, the Swift is great if you know how, like the Wyatt Pool area is. It's a good place to go. I'm really itching. If anybody really itching to go on a drift trip. So if anybody knows somebody who wants to go on a drift trip or has access to a drift boat, I'm willing to take my canoe. The waters in New Hampshire are down really low, but I just saw some drifting, and I really missed that. I used to do that a ton in Vermont before I started YouTube, and it is the perfect thing to do during this summertime when it's hot out. Is bring a couple hard ciders and float down the river and catch some fish, or even let me look up what's the best way to catch lake trout in Sebago. Best way to catch lake trout in Sebago is, my personal opinion, is to jig for them. I've only trolled for them twice, I think, and not been successful. So they're a pretty selective fish because there's not a lot of bait in that lake besides alewives. So I would go out there with a sonar and try to find them. I mean, I would just troll along at low speed and single mark them and see if you can get on top of them as best as possible. I mean, that's really all I can do. So I have a bunch of technology that helps me with that. So I have spot lock, or a spot lock on my boat that locks me in place GPS wise with a trolling motor, or you can throw on a really heavy jig and get down there quick enough so before you start drifting away or get out of the wind. But if you don't have that, you can put a downrigger on your boat, or you can, this is trolling of course, or you can do a ton of lead core line and get that really far down there and troll something from Northeast Troller, call them up and say, hook me up. They've sent me a bunch of stuff last year, and I have not made a chance to make it back to Sebago earlier this year. So, and the giveaways for me reaching 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I went from like 6,000 subscribers, almost 7,000, to like 10,000, just like that, because I had 2 or 3 YouTube shorts. If you guys know what that is, it's like TikTok basically for YouTube. Go absolutely viral. Well, I consider viral on my channel, like 2 million views, 200,000 views, like literally overnight, and it gave me a ton of traction. I don't know if any of those subscribers are here. If you found me through YouTube Shorts, let me know. It's kind of cool. Yeah, so let me know about that. So the giveaway is for anybody that comments on this particular live stream, gets kind of first dibs. And then whoever comments on Monday's video or Thursday's video gets a chance to win a few things. So if you are a fly fisher person, you have a chance to win a what do you want to call it? A post fly fishing guide box of your choice. It doesn't matter what species, so saltwater, trout, bass, or warm water. I'm giving away a beanie. I'm giving away some of my baits, which I will make at some point this year, and some jigs that I use pretty much in all of my videos. I've caught lake trout with them, crappie with them. Like you've seen me pretty much fish with all of my baits. Dave is giving away some advice on Sebago slow trolls, weighted large dead shiner, where the fish scent pack is sewn into its stomach. That sounds simple but complicated at the same time. Yeah, so I don't like trolling because I find it really boring. And trolling in Sebago, like you're trolling deep. In the fall, they're up a little bit shallower when the water's calm. No, my name's my chat name. So hi Noah. That's good to know. We got 13 people on, which is amazing. Hopefully we'll get some more people on here. Share it with a few more groups here that have, oops. Hold on one second, I gotta figure out how to share this thing here with a different group. Come on, share. There we go. I do pike fish, but not usually on purpose. So New Hampshire has a small population of pike, and they're kind of scattered throughout the state. So one place I do know when I need a canoe, well, I need to take my canoe, which is hard to film in and hard to deal with. And then I have the Connecticut River. So I have pike fished. I have ice fish for pike, and I've done some of my really older videos have pike from Lake Champlain. And actually a newer video from last fall has some pike from Mallett's Bay on Champlain, but I don't normally. And I would like to go spend a day and just catch a bunch of pike on the fly rod because I think that video would do well. Not a lot of people do it. Thanks. I'm always going. So I want Pike is on my. I have a little list to the right of me and to the left of me of video ideas. Where did you get your Snow Dog? So I got my Snow Dog directly from Snow Dog. So they had the 7 horsepower and the 10 horsepower on sale 2 years ago on their website, and they directly shipped it like a freight truck to my house, actually to my parents' house, because I was buying a house at the time and didn't want to move money around while I was buying a house. Other than that, you can go to snowdog.com and you can go through a dealer search. So there's a place called All in All over in Sutton, New Hampshire, AWL and ALL, and they are a dealer, and they're the ones hooking me up with the Snow Dog for this season. Some people are responding, do you tie your own flies? I do tie my work. So where can I go in Maine or New Hampshire to catch big pike? So New Hampshire is mainly the Connecticut River system from start to finish. As far as I know, further you go down, actually Moore Reservoir is where I know like the highest they are. They probably go upstream, of course. So Moore Reservoir all the way down. And for Maine, as far as I know, Sabattis is the biggest pike population in southern Maine. I'm not sure where you are, but I do know that that's listed on fishing, Maine Fishing Games website. Do I tie my own flies? I do tie my own flies. I tie as many as I can, and now Post-Wise hooking me up with flies, so I'm not tying as much. But my favorite fly is number 6 woolly bugger with the largest tungsten cone head you can find, in either olive with an olive tail, or white, all white, or black and all black, all tungsten cone head. And I wish I had one in front of me. I don't have a fly pack in front of me, but if I was to tie one fly, that would be it. I'm about 2 hours from Sebago. What's the easiest way to tie a midge? Put it in the vise, tie some peacock curl around the neck, or put a bead on there, peacock curl around the neck if you want to, and then you just tie more lead on there if you want to taper it, and then you can just use your string to taper it all up, and then a piece of wire. Yeah, I would like to get up with Joe Holland as well. They had that big party up in Maine last year, which I plan on doing myself and hosting it myself, because I can't get people to invite me to anything, which is really annoying, but that's okay. Yeah, but Joe Holland's pretty cool. I've watched some of his stuff. His videos are pretty long, and I'm usually editing my own stuff, so I don't watch a lot of his stuff particularly, but I watched a couple of his videos last year. And he had a similar thing where he had a couple of YouTube videos go viral, and his longer content people really seem to like. So this upcoming year, now that I'm going to be more dialed in with the Snow Dog, I will be able to do some longer stuff. So yeah, I'm 2 hours away from Sebago, and I think 2.5 hours away from Sabattis, I think, which is a lot of gas at this current rate of fuel. Do you ever fish in Massachusetts? Yes, I do. I have some videos from the Swift River. I have some videos from the spring where I was trout fishing. I was trying not to buy a Mass license this year, but southern New Hampshire trout fishing was not the best this year, because either they were lying about where they stocked or when they stocked, and they have a shortage of rainbows this year, which is the majority of what they stock in southern New Hampshire, because those get taken pretty quick. But I do fish down there, and all my striper videos from this year are down there. I had some from last 2 years that were in New Hampshire. They're not that far apart if you look at them as the crow flies. So. I have not, but I will. Dersh's channel. Sounds kind of silly. Der. It's got 5,000 subs. Let's see where he's at of. Sorry, I wasn't supposed to play the audio. Pawtuckaway Lake. Checking out that guy Dersh right now. Videos 2 days ago, 2 days ago. Oh, he's local to New Hampshire, Stumpville Marsh, Chatterbait, mainly a Bass guy. That's okay. Won't hold it against him. Oh, he's from Pembroke. Cool. Yeah, let me. I'm gonna open his Instagram right now. Nate Anders. Never seen his content, but he's a strictly Bass guy. But that's okay. I don't mind. Yeah, Joe Holland is pretty sweet. He's I don't know if I could be away from my family for like a whole week camping in the. I wish New Hampshire had more of that kind of like out in the bush kind of stuff. But most of even know where I fish, you guys know about anyways. Wachusett Res in Mass is supposed to have 6 small amount. Yeah, I've heard that, and you can only fish it from shore, so that's why I haven't really gone down there. I do know a bunch of people that fish it as well. I do have some smallmouth video coming from you guys. I was supposed to go bass fishing. Lake trout fishing, and I'm thinking I'm just going to release it in shorts because these are tanker smallies that we weren't supposed to be catching, but they were busting on surface on smelt. So it was really cool. Cool video. Cool day, but not what we really went down there for. I'm gonna move the camera one more time, just to. Oh, you know what? Won't move anymore. Dang it! All right, there's 10 people on. I want to hear from everybody. What content do you want to see? I have been focusing on shorts quite a bit, and that's why my channel went from 6,000 to 10,000 to I got almost 2 million views up of one short video. I don't know how you guys can see my shorts besides going to my channel. I don't know how my channel looks when you go to shorts or go to my channel, YouTube, Ben Pitt Fishing, and on incognito mode. Sorry, I'm going back and forth here. It's showing up right now. I just changed some stuff. It says I'm live right now. Oh, shorts does show up. So that's good. Yeah, so shorts get me a lot of content. That's why Joe Holland's channel is so big, because he got like 7 million views on ice cracking underneath his feet, and then a lot of his content is doing really well, like 20,000 views. More product reviews. I'm writing this stuff down, guys, because I'm here, one, to document me learning how to fish, learning different species and stuff like that. Product reviews, trout, and more local stuff, but I watched them all. Great. I love the Tenkara, but you sort of explain why you can't really do it. So it's not that I can't do it. Is like, if you look at YouTube as a whole, right? There's fishing content, and then there's fly fishing content that's really small, and then the Tenkara is like 1% of the content out there, and it does really well. Every time I release a Tenkara video, it's doing really well. So I have one that has not been edited yet, so I'll be releasing that one. The problem is where I go to, which I call Trout Heaven. does not allow, it's fly fishing only, and fly fishing only streams in New Hampshire don't allow tenkara rods because it's not considered a fly rod for whatever reason. You've done any fly fishing for spin fishermen? Have you done fly fishing? Like, I know how to fish, but not how to fly fish. I have some how to fly fish, like hacks and videos and stuff like that. Maybe I'll do that. I'll do that when I go to up to Pittsburgh. How to fly fish. Just keep it simple. Like, I like that kind of stuff. I love teaching. A lot of my teaching videos do a lot better than everything else because when I was working full time, I was doing teaching, and now I'm working part time for my old company. I don't know if you guys know that or not. I'm doing some consulting work on the side still because everybody quit that company, and so they hired me back as a consultant. But I'm going to be releasing some more tenkara content. If I can go fly fishing in the morning and then get some tenkara content in the afternoon, which is I did my last camping trip, which is coming out Monday. Check that out, obviously. That's part of the giveaway as well. And what other content do you guys want to see? So I feel like product, I did a product review video of the, what do you want to call it? That fiberglass fly rod that I released. Didn't really do that well, but sometimes those videos take a little time to get going. I can do how to fly fish product reviews. Also talk about realistic options. Also talk about realistic options too, since you do drive far. Hey, Dave, can you elaborate? And then Chris, can you elaborate? So are you talking about the PVC shower build things, Chris? I'm guessing that's one of the videos that went viral, which is not my intention to have that kind of on my channel, but I built stuff out of necessity and have an engineering mindset, and then being not cheap, but I'm not going to spend $600 on a shower that I'm going to use 4 times a year or 5 times a year. My goal is to use it 10 times. That'll get my payback on my parking permit for where I go in Mass. Yeah, Dave, can you elaborate on that? Or if you don't want to do it now, we can talk about camping in the truck thing. Yeah. Yeah, that video did okay. It wasn't as fancy as other, but I absolutely love my drawer setup and my camper setup in the back of my truck. I slept in it the other day and I forgot my battery and my fan, which is unfortunate. I didn't sleep that well, but you guys will see that in Money's video. I did do a hunting video last year, and I did not release it because after chatting with a couple people, I realized I was on a trail that I was hunting on a trail that I wasn't supposed to be on. I was kind of like walking on the trail and kind of walking off the trail and trying to hunt. So I'm not going to release that video, but I think I'm going to release a hunting video this fall for grouse to see how it does here in New Hampshire. I do kind of like doing that stuff, and fishing usually slows down right when hunting season opens. So content's hard to get that time of year. So fish start to get into different patterns that I don't recognize. So I might be doing some of that content if you guys are willing to watch it. All right, hunting content it is. That won't be till this fall. But I think I asked my audience on that little survey thing on YouTube a few months ago, and it was like 50-50, like who hunts and who doesn't hunt. So that's good to know. Yeah, if you guys have watched my content, I bounce around a lot. Like I do lake trout and bass, and then trout, and then panfish, and then crappie, and all sorts of stuff. So it's part of like never diagnosed with ADHD, but I just like to do different things. So I'm always bouncing around. Yeah, I will. I've been meaning to do like One is going live the entire day, and I don't know if I can do that live through an entire fishing trip. So showing all my camera gear, all the stuff that I have, all the gear that I have. I do have a new piece of gear that none of you know about, which I can tell you right now. I have the new Garmin LiveScope Plus in my boat, which is made for some epic crappie fishing videos and some lake trout videos, but I won't be releasing the lake trout video. It ended up being only one fish and it was windy as hell. So the content's really crappy, but yeah, the ice fishing live stuff is still doing great. People are still watching this stuff, which is great. But yeah, we'll show all my camera stuff. So that was one video live all day, and then two, like showing the behind the scenes of Bendit fishing. Like I can't do that really for sponsored videos because it kind of doesn't make sense. And some of the Guggen Squad guys were doing videos that were called unedited videos or raw videos, as I call them, where you're literally letting a camera run for the 3 hours or 4 hours that you're fishing. Some of my videos that you guys see are 8 minutes long. It takes me, some of those videos are 8 hours of fishing. Literally 8 hours of fishing. That's not even including driving. So an hour up to Winnipesaukee or something like that. Thank you for saying congrats on 10K. 6 hours of fishing, then 2 hours or an hour home. Sometimes they're completely rugged and you guys only see the good part. So I think it was Dave, my stuff is very realistic. I'm not fake setting the hook. I was brought up in a family that you don't lie at all. It's just against, my beliefs. So when people say, well, you can just, don't sleep on the tent on the ground, just go get a hotel in the night, people will never know. I'd rather go suffer and show it in the video than sleep on the ground. And deal with the humidity and stuff like that, and show that I'm not having a good time to you guys and being raw, compared to like people that are really faking it out there, which is I can tell that when I watch somebody else's content. I have a lot of equipment as it is. A lot of equipment was bought as I was working full time, and then all got stolen. So I actually have better equipment now that all my stuff got stolen. So insurance covered like 92% of it or something like that. They covered everything but like a couple $100, which was nice. That was Liberty Mutual. If you guys are wondering, they did a really great job of getting me back whole again and getting me running business, getting my business up and running again. This is what I do. We got 15 people on. If you're new to the live chat, please tell me who you are. So entering the live chat and yes, he does. Entering the live chat and putting your name in there enters you a chance to win a bunch of different things. So if you're on, I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm gonna give away a beanie. I'm gonna give away a post fly box of your choice. So bass, trout, saltwater. So it's the guide box that comes with a bunch of goodies, and you guys have seen it in my videos. How about a raffle to fish with you for the day? I had that idea, but the problem is that if you're out of state, I personally cannot afford for you to come to the state, fly into the state of New Hampshire and fish with me, and what do you want to call it? And pay for your travel and lodging and stuff like that. If you're in New Hampshire and just want to come fish for the day, I can add that in there. It's just the logistics of it become really complicated. So, Pat, I did think about that. Maybe at like 20,000 or something like that. When I can, thank you, Mr. Tully, for congratulating me again, congratulating me. But I've had a couple people ask, do you fish with subscribers? The only time I fish with subscribers is one, they're already friends of mine too. Is one, and then two, if they're hot on a fish and I can kind of gain something from them, or if they're really good into a species, something I can learn from them or get on a hotspot or get a good video out of their content or their area, basically. And I closed my. So who's any fly fishers in the group here that are joining up to compete against me in the post fly tournament? Oh, really? The Master Basic where I'm in a canoe, of all things. Well, yeah, I've only done a couple of videos for Master Basic. Oh, that drink settled. Excuse me. I've sent someone sending me some epic lake trout jigging video right now. Which I'm not gonna even watch because I'm already jealous. Yeah, that was a pretty good video I got on them with that perch swim bait that my cousin used to make. But that was a super fun trip when I had the canoe. I still have the canoe, obviously. They just did a canoe trip, but it's not worth producing the content for you guys. So sometimes I go out and catch fish and I just don't release the content to you guys because it's just not good enough. To all my subscribers out there, including you guys, and then I try to make content for you, and I also try to make content for YouTube as well. So like product reviews and stuff like that that'll get found. But I haven't done a product review in a while. I remember the last, like I did this is a good fly rod kind of thing that I bought. Yeah, maybe I'll do another Garmin Panoptix one in like a month or two when I get used to it. So I got Garmin Panoptix LiveScope Plus recently, and it is absolutely fantastic. I don't know why any of you didn't try to convince me to buying one of these things sooner. It was a big chunk of money. But if anybody in the live chat now wants to buy my Holt Humminbird, my Helix 10, let me know, and I will sell it to you. It's for sale on Marketplace. And if you're a subscriber, you get a little bit of discount. Promise. There's enough tainted hero videos out there. Surrealistic is good too. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why. Thank you. That's one of the reasons I want to do like a whole live video. My plan was last time I was going to go striper fishing was to film the whole thing live all night and just keep the light on. But Mother Nature had a different change of plans, which is probably glad we didn't go because it would have been not the best. So, but that's okay. 11 people on. We're on for an hour. Who wants to see a fly fishing for bass video? It's going to be river fishing for bass, either in the boat or on shore or from shore. But waiting, the water's down quite a bit, so I think I have a pretty good chance of hooking into something, or finding a good spot. But that's what I plan on doing tomorrow, unless you guys convince me otherwise. He says yes. All right, there's 12 people on. I want responses. Then we get a number 2. I troll flies. Haven't really done that yet. I do plan on DJ. Yes, I plan on doing Fish. Thanks. That's my brother. Fly on bass should be good. Cool. That's what I'm doing tomorrow. Oh, it doesn't take me much to convince me. That's what I had planned anyways. Because bass, with the temperatures that we're going to have this week, those little White Mountain streams are going to get a little bit too toasty. So we're going to switch over to bass for a little bit, and then we're going to go north enough to get some trout that are up north more. So I'm tempted to go in the boat. I don't know. Smallie spawn on Robo. Yeah, we hooked, my brother and I there, Aaron in the chat there, we hooked into a bunch of spawning smallies on Winnipesaukee in that Alton Bay video. If you guys didn't see that already, wasn't my best work, but we were trying to catch as many species out of Winnipesaukee as possible. We did catch quite a few, and I don't remember what the total was, but caught a bunch. But yeah, I'm gonna bring the 9-weight tomorrow and sling some flies for some smallies and largies. Kind of bounce around. Back in the 90s. Definitely want to get a fly fishing setup and learn how to fly fish. Yeah. Fly fishing is kind of where my channel is leading towards the summer, because there's a lot of people like my fly fishing content. It's not a lot out there, so it's kind of my YouTube's this big, and then we have the niche market of fishing, and then we have fly fishing. So people are starting to see that content a little bit more. I would not doubt that. I heard of a 30-incher getting caught in Alton Bay this year. I do stuff with sea run browns. If you go back in my channel, I have multiple videos of sea run browns. I've tried to target white perch on Winnipesaukee, but I've never been successful. I have one video that I released earlier this year that had white perch in it that I just randomly found at school. But now that I have Live Scope, which you guys are going to be blown away this ice fishing season, I'm hoping. Knock on wood somewhere. It's my only superstitious. You guys are going to be blown away by, being able to catch and find more fish this upcoming ice fishing season and this summer season. So yeah, I have sea run brown trout videos. You can check. Go to my YouTube channel and search the word brown, and you should be able to find my sea run brown trout. So I have some from Maine, some from New Hampshire. I have not personally caught, but Ryan McCarthy, who's been on my channel a bunch of times, he's actually caught a trophy 28-inch plus. Yeah, it was 28-inch on the money cusk during the summer, where the JR Reef that we go to all the time. I have not fished with Tim Moore Outdoors, but he contacted me last year in the fall time looking to hook up, and I hadn't quit my job yet. I hadn't started YouTube full time, so I just completely, I talked to him a little bit, and then I just kind of, wrote it off. It's like, oh, maybe we'll go ice fishing. I think that was after my Sebago video, probably. I had a bunch of people contact me after the Sebago video. But yeah, I heard he's a good guy. I've heard some people like him, some people don't like him. Just same with me. I have a bunch of people that hate me apparently too. They came out of the woodwork a little while ago, which I didn't know about. So yeah, people hate you. You must be doing something right? But yeah, hopefully him and I will fish together this fall when his season slows down, and so does mine. So we'll hopefully get together and do some jigging on either Champlain or Sebago for lake trout, because him and I both like lake trout a bunch. And he posts some content. He's got Snow Dog too, so he's working with Snow Dog as well as a guide. I don't know if he's guiding with it or if he's still guiding with his Bearcat, his Arctic Cat or not. Almost at an hour, but yeah. Have you used him as a guide before? Santos? Fly fish. I like it. For some reason, YouTube just flagged that, but I just allowed it. So what other content do you guys want to see? Yes, he taught me a bunch of. Yeah, it's surprising if anybody is having a hard time fishing, just book a freaking guide. Like, I know they're expensive, and you can split it with a buddy if you want, if you're going into a float trip or a guide trip. But I've been with a guide in Alaska, a guide in Massachusetts for saltwater, and listening to podcasts about fishing and watching YouTube videos, of course, even for myself. Like booking a guide, you can learn so much. So I've listened to like lots of what do you want to call it? Tim Morris online podcast where he teaches through Fish and Game. Learned a bunch through him. I have targeted cats on Champlain, but before I started YouTube fishing. So one of my best memories on Champlain was like middle of June with Woods and Weeds Outdoors, who was my cousin before he started his other channel. Was we went from northern Champlain, fished a bunch, caught like 6 species. Went to southern Champlain and like we caught a ton of catfish and bullheads and a bunch of other stuff. And we saw gar everywhere, and it was just absolutely insane. The mosquitoes were so bad, I thought I was going to get lifted out of the boat by mosquitoes. It was so bad. But yeah, I have done it before, but not in a long time. I want to cat. Yeah, there's a couple of like the pinch points on Southern Champlain you can go for cats. You can also catch them out of the Connecticut River in New Hampshire and Mass. Yeah, I feel like there's kind of a battle between Tim Moore and I on sharing content. So, he doesn't want to go take like if I asked him, I haven't really talked to him about this, but if I asked him to go guide me on a white perch trip, I think he would say yes, but I'm only going to take you to my like. Every fisherman has like an A, B, and C spot. He's only going to take me to a C spot. He's going to take me to his not the best spot, and he's not going to share his A spot, his best spot with me, because I'm going to go film there. And that's just how my I might go film there and not share my background, which is not fun for you guys, because it's just going to be funny to edit and stuff like that. But I'll try to get on white perch this year. Now that I have the bigger snow dog and I have a new sled, I'll be able to bounce around a lot more. Hopefully, pray to the ice gods that we're gonna have good ice this year. We'll see. Hopefully, we have ice really early in the year because collaborating with more YouTubers is tough. I have to collaborate with YouTubers that are full time because I only fish during the week, so I'll kind of disclose kind of my schedule with you guys. And girls, if there's any girls on, I'm not sure if there is or not, because my content is like 98% male. So Sundays is usually when I plan for the rest of the week. But I'll go look at the weather like I did today or tonight and figure out when's the best day to fish and when my wife has something else going on and when I have to pick up my son for daycare or something like that. And figure that out, and then figure out where to stay. And I only fish Monday through Friday, and I don't do any tournaments anymore. Financially, it's not worth it for me to spend $50-$60 on the ticket for fishing and then get skunked or not do well in the tournament. So, and people don't like the content because when I fish for tournaments, I am about winning, not about sharing the content with you guys. So it's really hard to film and do the content at the same time. So I've met mainly outdoors last year. He's the one that kind of like sparked me to go full time. He's like 6 years younger than me or something like that. Champlain Orchard, Farmstead Orchard, something like that. Semi-dry hard cider. That's what I'm sharing with next. What type of fishing do you like better? I prefer. That's a tough. I'm gonna say ice fishing at like 50.5%, and then I'm gonna say freshwater or open water because I like vertical jigging. I like using my technology to help me find fish and jig for fish. But there's some point in the winter where it's like I am so done with ice fishing, but I continue to do ice fishing, and like a really good ice fishing is great, and I'm not cold. But my ice fishing content does great. You guys suck that stuff up. So I really like ice fishing, but it's hard to do. Ice fishing is a ton of work. Ice fishing beats on your equipment, like beats on my equipment. Like I completely understand why guides have, like I have guide gear and I spend all this money on guide stuff because it is more rugged. Because I broke a bunch of stuff last year that you didn't think could break. But like, normal fishing rod that normal fishing reel that you spend $100 on is good for maybe 52 trips a year. Like you're using it one Saturday a week throughout the summer. So let's say that's 15 trips. I'm using it all week long, multiple times. You just beat the shit out of stuff. Yeah, get a boat, get a canoe or a kayak or something. Canoe is more versatile than everything. Unfortunately, I'm from Massachusetts. Yeah, ice fishing season's getting later and later every year. I'm not getting on the ice until I don't know when I was in the ice, middle of December last year, and I'm taking a 2-hour ride up north past the Notch to do that usually. But those first videos do pretty well. Thank you for enjoying the fly fishing for striped bass. There's now that I have a more dialed. I'm at like 80% dialed on striped bass for fly fishing and where to find them in the spring. You guys will see some more content next year. Love all the massive striper content from that river with the sturgeon. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Glad you love that content. It surprisingly, you show a 40-inch, 41-inch plus freaking striper, and people don't want to click that content. I think it's just because it's filmed at night, and that's the best time to catch a big striper. I don't go snag and bunker because I just don't know where they are, and I have a small boat that's not going to go too far out of where I go, or out of where like the safe harbor that I'm in. Yeah, get a fishing kayak, get something that you can fit on the top of your roof, or even just a sit on top kayak are better than anything else. Get something that you can lift by yourself. That's what I suggest. I have a cheap not cheap, but a 10-foot kayak that I used to film in, but I don't film in anymore because it's too small. Something from Amazon shipped. That's always good. We got 12 people on still, which is good. Keep chatting with everybody. What other content? Cheaper than the boat with a guess. Yeah. If you're from New Hampshire, you can go get one of those kayaks that has a square back or has a spot for a trolling motor, and you can, a lot of my fishing videos, I don't use my gas motor. Not a ton. Like my lake trout videos, I use my gas motor because I know where I'm running to and I know where I'm going. But crappie videos, multiple of my crappie videos, I'm using trolling motor. Bass videos, I'm using my trolling motor. If you go get like a 55-pound trolling motor, which I have, strap that to a kayak, pay the $50 in registration fee a year, get a good battery, not even a good battery, just a cheap, just like a marine battery. You're in it for $500-600, $1,000 total with the kayak. You can really put some damage on some fish. And use your ice fishing sonar if you have one. Or you can spend $7,000 on a built-up kayak that has side imaging and all the other bells and whistles on it. Yeah, if anybody wants to buy my Humminbird Helix, go right in. So the Snow Dog is funky. I've had 2 people. Well, I registered my Snow Dog as a snowmobile, so I can rip it on snowmobile trails, which I did not do last year because I can only go so fast. But this year, and I've had people register the Snow Dog as an ATV, which means they can't ride it on snowmobile trails. So it's $113 or $112, something stupid freaking number. And then it's like $60 as an ATV, so you can register as both. Yeah, just buy a sit on top kayak. If you have the money, dump it on a Hobie kayak, one of those ones you can kick with your feet. I know people that go. If you contact, what's his name? You can tell him I sent you. What's his name? Tim, are you in New Hampshire or no? I'm trying to provide access to fishing for everybody. That's what it should be like. I'm drinking too much. I don't remember where this guy's from. Let me look at my messenger. I work in Northern Mass. Yeah, check out any like legit kayak or Hobie distribution company. You'll spend more on a kayak that's foot pedal. If you have decent legs, if you want to call it that. I mean, you can really kick a kayak far with one of those. Or there's a couple of different companies out there, or Loon or Old Town also makes one as well. If I was to sell my boat tomorrow and go, completely mobile, I would buy an Old Town Sportsman with the spot lock trolling motor on. It's like a $5,000 kayak, but it is a sick kayak. It's basically my boat shrunk down to a kayak. But that's exactly what I would buy. And I thought about it briefly before I bought my boat. I'm like, man, the problem with the kayak is you only have one person in it. But no, you can, I've caught walleye in a kayak. I know people that catch freaking 40-inch stripers in a kayak all the time. You're not limited by the boat. But Snow Dog, you registered as a snowmobile or as an ATV in New Hampshire. Depends on what fishing game officer you're talking to. I asked Fishing Game through the Facebook chat, and they said snowmobile, so I pay $112 or $13 a year or something like that, which is worth it for me. I mean, it's a tax write-off or something like that. You want to call it that, and I get to rip it on snowmobile trails. Hopefully, you guys will see some snowmobile, like ripping it on snowmobile trails and then camping overnight in the woods and then going to a lake the next day. That's my plan for next year's video. But what other kind of videos do you guys want to see? I get ideas from you guys. What do you guys want to see? You gotta let me know. Any species you want to see. So to spark your interest, I'll have Monday is a have you done any freshwater drum video? No, and I missed out on a freaking great opportunity to go get freshwater drum over on Champlain. I have the Discovery Sportsman Solo. It's kind of a kayak canoe hybrid. That sounds sick. Do cuss bite more in the summer? They bite way more in the wintertime because they basically go into hibernation. They don't call it hibernation, but they go into kind of a hibernation during the summertime. And we're surprised that we caught one last year during the summertime. Yeah, Champlain has some awesome drum. My cousin, if you want to go check out a sick video of giant drum, check out Woods and Weeds on YouTube. And, I'll leave his thing right now. He's my Woods and Weeds. His channel right now. He's got a growing channel right now. But I'd love to catch one of those honkers. I mean, my cousin John was catching 30 inches the other day. 30-inch sheephead or freshwater drum on like crappie jigs and stuff like that. So it'd be cool to catch one of those. You should do some catch and cook videos. I know. I'll be doing a catch and cook video of crappie soon. I was supposed to do one this week, and then I forgot my freaking cooler. So it was like 90 freaking degrees out. So I had to pack some ice first and then go out and do some crappie video. I don't like eating a lot of fish. I do want to try some wild brook trout. So maybe I'll do that this fall. And I want to cook some lake trout because I catch so many and people say, oh, you should try them. And I have a smoker, so I'm going to do a smoked lake trout video at some point. But I don't like eating a lot of fish. But next time I go striper fishing, I plan on keeping one. They do love blades. That's when my cousin catches them on a bunch of the little Jimmy or whatever you want to call them baits. Yes, they are super tasty. They have just like crappie super tasty too, and they just have a different texture compared to cusk. So crappie is like flaky, and then cusk is more like a scallop, like muscly kind of good kind of thing. Ooh, that sounds cool. I'd like to catch some yellowfin or even some bluefin. I do have a chance. Like I might even pay a guy this fall. Not a buddy of mine, like a guy I know, to go for some false albacore or albies this fall because I'd love to hook one of those on the fly rod. They just take off running. I've hooked one before, didn't land it, so it's one of my bucket list fish. What else do you guys want to see? We have a freaking moth that's flying around here. Camacho along the Spanish Max. Interesting. Yeah, my plan is to go down to like Buzzards Bay sometime, but it's just with gas prices, like it's a whole freaking day trip. Like in order for me to go down to like Buzzards Bay or anywhere that's like more than 2 hours, I kind of need to stay in overnight to get more than one video out of it, to make it worth producing, or have a sponsored video. So if somebody's sponsoring a video like Postfly, then it's not so bad to make the trip somewhere. And that's kind of my choice. So Postfly is more like mainly fly fishing. if I could get somebody to sponsor some lake trout video stuff, I would go to Champlain, that kind of stuff. So. Yes, they do. Buzzards Bay. I've hammered some black bass and black sea bass in Buzzards Bay on one of my older videos, and I did some commercial fishing down there for black sea bass. But I was not allowed to film it actually because the guide I used has some secret bait, and he was not allowing me to use my camera. So there's no walleyes in Winnipesaukee. It's only walleyes in a couple places in New Hampshire, Connecticut River being the main source of walleyes. It's one other spot, but I have not confirmed it yet. Or actually two, but. What else you guys got for video ideas? There must be a hole in my around my air conditioning unit because the freaking moths are sneaking in here. Yeah, I just heard one sneak in. Oh, shark fishing. I'll just keep that easy. I don't know anywhere I can get sharks besides like offshore, and that is not my boat. So I'll have to get somebody to take me. But we'll give it we'll end this right at give this like 5 more minutes for you guys. Try to invite as many people as I know onto the live stream here, and then I'm gotta clean some video cards for tomorrow, or format them, or whatever you want to call it, and get ready for tomorrow's fishing trip, which I might go drop my son off at daycare and then come back and get set up to go fish the river. And if that doesn't do well, then I'll go take the boat out. 5-day camping trip? What are you, crazy? I can't be. So I'll share the dynamic of how what cameras do you use for your videos? I'll tell you that in a second. So I have a 3-year-old child that goes to daycare every day because I work full-time doing this stuff, and then my wife works full-time from home. So I can't be gone for 5 days. Otherwise, my wife has to drive from to and from daycare, which is 20 minutes away each way. So she has to drive 80 minutes a day to daycare and back while working full-time, while cooking dinner and stuff like that. I am a very family oriented while trying to do this stuff at the same time. So I had to try not to put too much pressure on my wife because she pays the majority of the bills while I'm trying to get this business up and running. You guys are helping that. Or I could do that. I can bring them with me. And I'm not trying to make excuses, but it's just really hard for me to be gone for multiple days. And I don't think I could feed my family for 5 days on trip. Maybe during hunting season, we'll see. What cameras do you use? Do you want that as a video? So I use a Sony A7C. That's, if you see like the blurred out background, it looks really crisp. That's my fancy camera. That's my Sony. I use a GoPro 9 and a GoPro 10. I use a Tascam DR10L for my audio pack. So if you guys see me with a little fuzzy lapel microphone on my chest, that's my audio. I use it for the drone. I use the DJI Mini 2, which I just got because of the insurance settlement, of course. And then I use my cell phone sometimes for videos, which I don't usually say that I just use it, but I just use that for like B-roll shots sometimes and some other stuff. And then I use a bunch of battery packs to power that stuff. And then I use two different Aqua-Views. I use the Aqua-View 7-inch Pro and then the 5-inch Pro, the Micro Revolution. I think that's all I got. But is there anybody on the chat that does not want to be part of the post-fly giveaway? Like, does not want fly fishing stuff? Because if I run your name and it pops up, then I'll just contact you on what you want. You know, I wish I was making enough money on this YouTube thing to support my whole family, but unfortunately, we both have to work. If you guys watch more of my content, then you know, I'm getting closer and closer, obviously. But right now, it's my other part-time job that I'm working, my other content that's funding most of these videos. Got 9 people still on here. I will definitely be doing a fly fishing bass video tomorrow. All right, you guys are getting pretty quiet. Ryan joins an hour and a half in. Typical. Yeah, so tomorrow is going to be a brook trout video, camping. And then Thursday is going to be a lake trout jigging video where I catch a pretty big lake trout, not cute. How about how-to videos? Yeah, what do you want to see for a how-to video? Let me know. I need to know what you guys want to see. So I have how-to for Lakers. I have a how-to for like how to fish a chatterbait. Cast it out there, reel the shit back. If you want to check out a chatterbait video, I have one video. And I'll share it with you right now. Copy. Yeah, I don't do a lot of like bait specific like bass bait specific stuff because I don't fish a lot of different baits for bass, because if you look at bass as a species, they're fairly easy to catch. They can be like, if you're competing in a bass tournament, yes, catching consistent 5-pound bass to be able to like win a tournament is hard. But if you're out there for just bass, catching as many bass as possible, you can throw on one of my crappie jigs, which I was catching this in a little paddle tail, or one of my crappie jigs. I caught a almost 4-pound smallie on this the other day because they are on bait that's this big. So you gotta know what bait's in the area. Have you ever used their Ryer flour? No, I have not. I think I've heard of that brand. Looks like they're a telescopic fly rod. Huh. Does it have eyelets? Or does it just have one eyelet? That's interesting. I have never eaten a largemouth bass. Always wanted to try it. Santos, give me another how-to video and I'll see what I can do. Maybe I'll do a short. But chatterbait, I like bright white. I shared that video. That was from a small pond here in New Hampshire that I did some bass fishing. When was that? A couple of years ago. Some of my older content wasn't really the best. Let's see how many views it got. 150 views since it was published. Not really worth it. Green pumpkin all the way, he says. I don't really want to eat a largemouth bass. I guess I could try it. I could really try it. I did tell him about LiveScope. If you had joined an hour and a half ago when you were supposed to, you could have learned about LiveScope. Or I told him about it. You know, I'll show you guys. Who wants to try one? The problem with bass is bass manifest all of the pollutions that are in the water because they eat all the small species. But I got LiveScope recently, and I'll show you that. This is a snapshot of the screen. So this is LiveScope. Every one of those spots on the screen is a crappie, like crappie everywhere. So if you like crappie fishing and stuff like that, that's the video. I will give an honest opinion, and I don't really like eating fish. I eat crappie and I eat cusk, burbot, and scallops, which is kind of like a burbot. Pretty much all I eat for fish. How do I target crappie specifically? So what I like to do is focus on places that have a ton of crappie. Instead of catching perch or sunny. So perch will normally be in the lower part of the water column. So I try to stay high. So crappie tend to be near structure most of the time, unless they're in a place that has no structure. And then they'll be like tucked up against the side of basins or like little ledges and stuff like that where they can kind of like school up. But one spot I fish at, where I did like how to fly fish for crappie, they were on trees. Like they were just on trees, and they'll be like here's the tree, here's the crappie. Like you have to cast right against the tree in order to pull them off. And that's where they are pre-spawn, spawn, and just after post-spawn, and then they'll pull off that stuff. And then in the fall, they'll stack right back up against it. That's what I found for crappie. If you're in a river system like there's a couple of river systems in New Hampshire where they've dammed it up, and it's basically like a couple of big basins where it's like 30 and 60 feet deep. They'll be in those like 30-foot little like holes, kind of like white perch, kind of hang out in. And you just got to kind of troll around and find that school with sonar. That's the best way to do it. A lot of times sunnies won't be, they'll sometimes be mixed with them depending on the lake, but where I've been fishing, they have not been. So, and I target them using my 7mm tungsten jig that I sell to you guys, or sell to everybody. So if you want one of those, you can contact me via Instagram or Facebook or through this chat. And you can check out my website at, and I haven't really shared my website with a bunch of people because it's not really finished yet. I've sold some stuff through it. You can check that out. Summer cuss fishing live scope. Yeah, if I could get on the hump there, it'd be good. Have you done much fishing in the big rivers? I have done one fishing video out of the Pemigewasset. That was my first video going into this business, going into fishing full time. That was last year, if you want to check that out. And that was last fall. I plan on going back. The problem is that water is getting super warm right now, and it's becoming not like safe to catch trout in. They're still there, obviously, if they can actually survive. So I stop fishing until the water gets cold in the fall. My plan is to go to the Merrimack River either tomorrow with the boat, or do a local river. But I might just go out in the boat tomorrow and explore the Merrimack River because I have never done that. I've always wanted to do it. Tomorrow's a good day. It's not 90 freaking degrees out, so I won't do that. But you guys got like one more minute before I'm toast and have to go to bed and have to clean off some cards in order to go fishing tomorrow for you folks. I'll probably be in Hooksett for the Merrimack River. Why are you around? You can send me a personal text, right? Yeah, I would love to catch a gar on the fly rod too. I know where to get them, but like that is going all the way to Southern Champlain, so that's a 3-hour rip for me. So maybe I'll launch the boat tomorrow, and I'll get up early and pack some stuff and figure stuff out. But I think I'm all. One of these days I'll walk you through the my whole process of doing a video here. I already have an SD card in there. 26. Let me grab to audio. $13. 13. All right, that's done. Yeah, gar fishing video, good pike and smallmouth. Good pike is in the southern end. I did do a pike fishing video this spring and spooked. I did have one on, but I missed probably, I don't know, 4 or 5. I spooked them because they're up shallow in the spring of the Merrimack River, and they're super spooky. They're morphing in spawning mode. Thank you, Tim, for saying congrats. I appreciate that. It's been a long road. It's been 5 years. I think I've been doing this. But 5 years part-time. But thank you guys all very much for joining the live cast. You all been entered into the drawing, and I'll release the drawing. Well, I'll release who wins. Because I'm technically on fishing vacation. I'll be up in Pittsburgh, not next week, the week after that. So I will have service. Maybe I'll do a live stream up there or something like that, and get you guys an update. Thank you, Chris. I will keep up doing what I'm doing. And make sure you guys watch all of my content, watch it all to completion, watch the whole thing. If you guys can click on the ads during the video, that's what actually makes me money. So if you see an ad, click it and then go back. Doesn't matter. That makes me money. I'm not supposed to say that. Don't tell anybody about that. I don't use, thanks DJ, I don't use any bait shops near Winnipesaukee at all. I don't buy live bait. I make my own baits. So I sell pretty much all of my Lake Winnipesaukee videos from all last year are using this jig and my own plastics that you can find on my website at benefishingcompany.site up above. So I never go there. I never buy live bait. Almost never. But thank you all. I am going to sign off and clean some cards here so I can get ready to go fishing first thing in the morning. And I appreciate you all for the support and watching my stuff over the last few years or a year or 2 days. I don't care. But it means a lot to me to have you guys on here and listen to me chat for an hour and 40 minutes. That's crazy. All right. Good night, everybody. And you guys have a great Monday morning, which I'm sure you will. Good night. See you on the water. See you guys.